All right, the finals. Yeah, I guess we keep this. Not the aggressive start we're looking for, but we have our colorless mana. We've got a powerful 4 and 6 drop. Swarm Surge is kind of a dead card. I guess it's probably on the bottom end of a keep. It's going to be reliant on us drawing one of our many 2 and 3 drops, of which we do have a lot. So here's hoping. All right, Loam Larva. There we go. Ooh, that was a nice draw too. So we get the Lagak next turn, which is pretty good. All right. Guess we want to slow up on the swamps, but we're going to need double for Overseer. I'm just thinking when I eventually play it, I want to be able to pump our team better, but this is fine. So let's play the Lagak. All right. Cinder Hellion. Opponent's deck not looking that impressive as of yet. All right, well, I guess next turn we're in Gul'Draz's Overseer territory, so still going to hold up on that Swarm Surge. Gul'Draz's Overseer into Swarm Surge is pretty cool. Guess he still manages to find decent blocks, actually. This thing's going to be the biggest threat. But based on this board, Gul'Draz's Overseer into Swarm Surge is not as good as one might think it would be. That leads me to believe there's a combat trick. Can I afford I can kind of afford to take 6 here. I think I'm going to. You just don't really attack into a stalking drone if you don't have a combat trick. And I'm thinking I'd rather Maybe Swarm Surge and crack back. Maybe it's like a Brute Strength or a... Could be the 4 mana instant pump. Okay, it's lead by example. So I guess I should have blocked Spawn Binder. He's putting a Plains on top? So if I Swarm Surge, still don't quite get enough damage. I can play Shrieker. Problem with that is, still don't think it's good enough. He can't kill me on backswing based on this hand. He's got 2 cards in hand. Let's go swing team. Seems like it's an easy trade there, though. Get in for 5, he goes to 8. Alright, I think I just swing Stalking Drone, Sky Scourer. And then we're going to play the Overseer. So next turn I have lethal in the air. So as long as Gul'Draz's, as long as I can survive this turn, I think I can get there. So I might just chump with the Lagac on the Spawn Binder if he attacks into the Overseer, rather than put it up and risk it to a combat trick. Alright, maybe I don't have lethal anymore. I can double block a Hellion, but he kills both. Can also double block a Spawn Binder and he only kills 1. That's probably better. Otherwise, what's my play? He's got 2 blockers. I go Swamp. This has to chump because he's got lethal. So I'll only have 3 attackers, which means only 1 guy will get through. So he just has to block these 2, and the most he would take is 5, because this does not pump itself. So I guess the play is double block the Spawn Binder. That's pretty nice, actually. So he's at 8, he's got 2 blockers. I'm forcing lethal anyway if I swing with everything. I could force him to block with both, with Swarm Surge. So I guess I can go... Swarm Surge, Shrieker, and Vines this turn. But then I can't. Oh, I guess I can Vines with the Stalking Drone. To block the Hellion. Double block it with Shrieker and Stalking Drone. And you can only kill the Shrieker. Alright. Could keep the Lagac back too. But might just have to make the trade and get the body off the board here. So he has to block 2 of them. Which means both his guys are going to die. And then I Vines of the Recluse my Stalking Drone. And double block the Cinder Hellion. Could also Vines the Saddleback right now to save it. But we want the higher toughness guy when we're blocking the Cinder Hellion. Does change things, but I guess not really. It just means we... No, it doesn't really change anything. We still... I guess we... No, we get him. We get him. Okay. So we Vines our Stalking Drone. And we just chump. Because that way we can Shriek past. Or if he has an answer for Shrieker, we can rip a colorless mana. Alright. Got there, and we were just ripping a land there, so alright. That worked out. Playing against green, white, splash red. Maybe to Drew Stalwart. Maybe some other reds. Well, Cinder Hellion splash. So I'm not exactly sure what's up my opponent's sleeve here. Cinder Hellion splash is a bit of an awkward one, to say the least. What were the creatures we saw out of him again? Loam Larva, which does not get hit by Flaying Tendrils. Saddleback Lagac, which does. Cinder Hellion, which does not. So far, Flaying Tendrils is not looking great. Cheetah is not looking bad, though. Maybe I cut the Swell of Growth. Kind of like the Vines. Vines played well for us there. Swell of Growth seems less good against 4/4s, but And I don't really want to play it on a Loam Larva either. Retreat's a little bit bad on the draw, though. Maybe we keep the Swell of Growth. Just try it again. Send it back. The sand seems fine. Unknown Shores, serviceable. It's better than Blighted Step in the sand. If we rip a forest, we're looking real good. I'd still make my first card Slaughter Drone. That just makes more sense to me. We should see if he top or bottomed. Put a card on the bottom, so I guess the good news is he scryed something that, or he put something on the bottom, so that means he didn't like what he had on top. This mana's looking just fine to me, though. All right. Sky Climber, sure. Slaughter Drone. Yeah, I guess I'd rather trade a Slaughter Drone for a Sky Climber than a Stalking Drone. Thing is, if I rip a green mana, well, I mean, neither one can block the Zada's Commando. Guess I'd rather trade a Slaughter Drone for a Sky Climber. Especially if he has a combat trick. Or if he wants to pay to fly, I guess I'm okay with that. Well, worked out fine, I guess. Now I think he's just not going to attack with the Sky Climber, which makes sense, but... Yeah, maybe playing Stalking... Well, if I'd played the Stalking Drone, though, that turn he would have been able to attack with the Sky Climber, so... Kind of a double-edged sword there. Land drop is certainly awkward. Guess we played Dominator Drone. Well... Yeah, I guess we play Dominator Drone. This lets me at least get a little bit of damage on him, or a little bit of life loss. I can still block the Sky Climber, and I guess I can trade with Lagak with Slaughter Drone. Red guy into white guy into green guy? Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to Oblivion Strike the Sky Climber. If he attacks with Commando, I'll double block it. I need to get this guy off the table. This I'm also going to... guess we trade off the Dominator Drone, rather have the Death Touch. Alright, so... Tendril's looking a lot better again. Yeah, it's a rough one. Yeah, I guess we gotta play it. Now he doesn't have to give the Sky Climber flying, though. Well, kind of in a rough spot. Anyway, slice it. I think we're dead, right? Oblivion Strike Flyer. He doesn't have a land drop. Let's say he does have a land drop. 7. I can only block 2 of it, so I am going to die. I guess we force him to have the land. I don't care about showing him a Oblivion Strike. All right, so let's go to game 3. Opponent beat us on the mulligan there pretty effectively, too. And even had a relevant last card. Pretty slick. Pretty slick. All right. A lot of Zada's commandos floating around, huh? So let's bring in the Flying Tendrils. Let's ditch probably the Swell of Growth. I'm okay with that. All right. Vines just seems so much better than Swell of Growth. All right, game 3. I'm gonna play first. Yeah, this hand's actually just fine. It's a good draw. All right. That's a good draw, too. Am I happier trading a Carrier Thrall for a Stalking Drone or Vines of the Recluse? Probably a Vines. Probably. Either way, I get to Lagak. Trying to think how good the value is. It's not that great a value. It's okay. I mean, I eat a Stalking Drone for a 1-drop. It's a pretty decent tempo play. Gets a guy off the board. Stalking Drone's certainly good if he comes up with a colorless mana. His deck doesn't strike me as one that would have a lot of colorless mana since he's already, you know, pulling this 3-color nonsense. Full value Stalwart, okay. Oh, Vestige. So I can play. The question is, do I want to Lag Act now? I kind of want a Seed Guardian because I'd rather a Lag Act on that. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Since it can actually attack into Drew's Stalwart and give me something else on top of it. So next turn I can go Lag Act plus Vines, which isn't bad. All right. Slaughter Drone's a good rip too. Still think we want Saddleback this turn. So I can bring it up to 5. I can bring it up to 7 toughness. Yeah, we're gonna go for the big play here if we can. He could have triple blocked it. I guess I still would have. Well, I only would have killed a Tujuru Stout. Well, no, if he triple blocked it, I guess I get the Sky Climber and Stalking Drone, so that is better for me. Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't even have to cast the Vines of the Recluse there, so he'd have to double block it, then I could Vines, could kill the Stalwart for a Vines, which is a good exchange. So I got to be conscious of lead by example now. Although, did he have the mana up there? Maybe he did. Hmm. Well, this is going to be punishing for him if he attacks with... Oh, he did not predict the Telegraph here. So we're going to punish hard now. So we get to Vines here. Guess we want to eat... Guess we got to eat the 4/5, right? Because even though this can get flying, it just makes more sense. Oh my god. Brutal. It's lethal if he doesn't block the lag axe. So he's got to make the trade and go to 1. Vine's just doing work. One life, 4 attackers, 3 blockers. I think we're going to go for it. Guess I don't even need to pump my Sky Scourer, do I? All right. Sweet. Got another 8-4. Always a good feeling. Didn't loot anything crazy, and it was with another high D deck. So, high D deck's delivering. I think Travis said it best. This deck is really mediocre, so it should definitely win this draft. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one. Get to stick it out in 8-4 a while longer.